Oops. Whatever. All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join me every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on our YouTube channel. It is 9:02 Eastern Standard Time on January 19th on a Wednesday. Let's talk about the market, shall we? Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white logo. Click on that, turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel. Make sure to hit that like button if you love these videos. And make sure to comment any of your questions. Here to help in any way we can. Dow futures up 113 points. NASDAQ up about 100 points. S&P futures up 0.43%. Russell 2000 futures up 0.60%. 10-year yields are slightly falling, 1.863. The dollar slightly falling, 95.56. The VIX is down 2%, 22.30. Crude oil is up 0.81% at 85.51 a barrel. 24.49. For gasoline futures up 0.71%. Gold futures are up 18.24 an ounce, 0.66%. Silver futures 23.82 an ounce, 1.44%. Let's see, euro dollar is up 20 pips, 113.47. 114.49 for the dollar yen for my Forex people, down about 8 pips. Ethereum futures are up 0.29% at 31.25 and 42.245 for Bitcoin futures up 1.39%. So we got some earnings that came in as well. Let's take a look first at the technical patterns, technical charts. Again, all we are doing is bouncing off the 100-day moving average. I did say yesterday on the after market recap that I expected us to be green today, a slight, little bit of a bounce on technical levels. Again, nothing is really done. At the end of the day, it's still just futures. But again, don't be surprised if we get a nice little green day today. We will not make up the 600 points in the Dow. I highly doubt that. But a little green will be nice. It's kind of like last week where Monday we had a fall and then we bounced on a Tuesday, today being Wednesday and Tuesday being red. So that's kind of what I'm expecting today. But again, try to be careful on your trading. Again, all we are is bouncing off the 100-day moving average on S&P futures. It's holding up, which is good. Let's take a look at some earnings today. Let's see if I can get it here. We got some housing starts that came in better than expected, 1.702 million versus 1.65 million estimate. Building permits did beat expectation as well, 1.873 billion versus 1 million versus 1.701 million. Month over month change 9.1%. December versus previous to 3.9%. So that's a leading indicator for housing. Again, we're still getting more housing. Morgan Stanley, $2.08 EPS versus $1.94. That's a beat. It beat on revenue, $14.5 billion versus $14.44 billion. They did miss on sales and trading revenue, $1.23 billion versus $1.44 billion estimate. Equity sales and trading revenue did beat, $2.86 billion versus $2.49 billion. And wealth management net revenue, $6.3 billion versus $6.27 billion estimate. So nice job by Morgan Stanley to beat. Mortgage rates, interest rates climbed for the fourth straight week, as we know, with the 10-year. Procter & Gamble, 21 billion in net sales versus 20.35 billion. Core EPS, $1.66 versus $1.65. Organic revenue up 6% versus the estimate of 3.97%. They raised their fiscal year 2022 sales and cash guidance. If you do own an ETF index fund, you're an owner of Procter & Gamble. U.S. average 30-year mortgage rate rises 12 basis points to 3.64% in January 14th week, highest since March 2020. So again, we can see that housing is still going. Pending home sales are still up. So there you go. Even mortgage applications were up 2.3% versus the previous reading of 1.4%. Bank of America earnings, EPS, 82 cents versus 76 cents in previous. Revenue, 22.06 billion versus 22.23 billion. That's a miss. Equities trading revenue did beat, 1.37 billion versus 1.33 billion. Trading revenue, ex-DVA, $2.93 billion versus 3.10 billion. That's a miss. And wealth and investment management revenue, 5.4 billion versus 5.38 billion for Bank of America. I will retweet that for you so you can take a look. I think I already did. Let's take a look at United Health, one of my favorite companies. Adjusted EPS is a beat, $4.48. Revenue, $73.74 billion versus $72.95 billion. This is Q4 21 earnings. 2022 adjusted EPS, $21.10 to $21.60. Sees 2022 revenue, $317 billion to $320 billion versus the estimate of $316.88 billion. United Healthcare segment revenue, $56.38 billion versus $56.12 billion. So a beat on the top line. And looking at in terms of forward guidance, they did have higher than expected. So let's take a look at the pre-market movers together. Again, nice screen day so far. SoFi, we know they got approved to be a bank. So again, they're up 17% pre-market. Bank of America up 4.3% pre-market. Unilever is up 7.28 billion. Thank you to Procter & Gamble. Lucid is up 0.33%. Let's take a look at the Dow. Apple's up 0.46%. JP Morgan up 0.78%. Microsoft up 1.33%. Goldman Sachs up 1.66%. Boeing up 0.57%. Taking a look at the S&P, Nvidia is up 1.07%. Morgan Stanley up 5% on their beat. Tesla up 1.58%. Cisco Systems is down 2.76%. Let's see, anything else? Activision Blizzard up 0.30%. Moderna down 0.89%. AMD up 1.13%. So that's where we are this morning. Very nice to see. So again, you could see, all we did was bounce off that 100-day moving average. So the move was in futures. Do I think we should do anything today in terms of the market? I really want to see if the S&P can break this 50-day moving average around 46.07. If that can break, then that'll give me a little more confidence to go to buy some contracts long, maybe some S&P to around 46.37 if that's the case. Microsoft, again, is hugging that 50-day right on the hourly. Apple is still below the 50-day on the hourly. So again, all it did is really just hit slight support. Nothing really much to celebrate as of yet. But here we are. What are you watching for today? I'm watching Microsoft and let's see if it breaks 310. Watching Apple, of course. Again, most of the mega cap tech names that took a hit with the market, I'm watching those today. Let's see if Microsoft can give us something. Maybe Apple can give us something. Hey, boss, thoughts on TSM 142 calls for 128 expiry? Let's take a look at it. Okay, now it doesn't want to do it. Of course. Oh, man. Always does that to me when I need it. Okay, let me see if TSM is here. Nope. I thought I had it here, so give me a second. I don't know why I'm having issues with checking my deal. Wow. Let me look down the list and see if I had it here, TSM. Why all of a sudden now it doesn't want to work? Look at that. I can't even type. Okay, so let me see if I can kind of work on this TOS. I don't know what's going on with TSM. What is the level for SoFi? Just give me a second because I can't even press anything. Give me a second here. That is insane that it won't let me do that. Wow. Let me see if I can just press anything and then maybe I can kind of mess with it. Wow, man, that is crazy that it won't let me. Look at that. I'm trying to click as much as I can. My mouse is obviously working, but I guess it's the case of the Wednesdays because it won't let me type. Unbelievable. Let me see if I can keep messing with it, guys. My apologies. Let me see if I can answer any questions in terms that is not chart related. Difference between SMA and EMA, again, it's the exponential moving average versus the simple moving average. If you can just Google here, and EMA difference. So again, obviously my keyboard is working, but this is the deal. So exponential moving average is similar to the simple moving average, measuring trend over a period of time. SMA simply calculates an average of the price data. EMA applies more weight to the data that's a little more current. So I personally like SMA a little more. That's just me, but you can do it how you want. Finally, it works. Let's see, TSM 142 calls, and that's for next week. I would say if we can get a break above 137.90, that 50, possibly, that'll work. All we did was we still even haven't filled that gap yet. What is the level for SoFi to add long? Well, I wouldn't want to add on an uptrend here. So again, maybe if it breaks 15, possibly. Again, I don't want to add to the upside. I will just wait it out. Good morning, boss. Thinking about going long apps today. Earnings on February 7th. Announced a strategic partnership with Google. Your thoughts? I'd rather not buy names ahead of earnings because you don't know what to expect. So just keep an eye on it, but I would not buy anything until you get that earnings. React, not predict. Are you still buying SpyG Weekly, or is that you're holding for a big drop? No, I still buy SpyG Weekly. That doesn't change. That's been that way for a while now. Who are the main guys you're looking to see if the economy is solid based on their earnings? Obviously the big boys, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Metaverse. Those tech names have high valuations. I want to see if they are actually worth what they're getting, in a sense. Good morning, Carlos. Please calls for SPY. Thanks. Looking at SPY here, again, all we did was bounce off the 100-day on the daily. Let me see if we can break above 459.61, which is the 50-day on the hourly. If we can get there, I can take a look at the 462s, maybe 464s if that's the case. But again, it is a short week. So again, just be careful. Thoughts on Shop at this level? If you want to own Shop long-term, that's okay. I'm not against it. I like Amazon more. But again, looking at it here, you're pretty much buying at daily support, so which is not a bad place to buy. Good morning, boss. Thank you for these videos. You're welcome for these videos. Thoughts on UNH? There was a ton of insider buys last week. I love UNH. Been saying it. Anything below 400 is a gift. Here at 460, it's okay. But again, they did have nice earnings. Again, they're not a growth company. But again, for me to add, I'll probably take a look right around 430. That was the previous breakout level, kind of near it. That was previous resistance anyways. The breakout level was actually right around 417. So 430, I'd probably buy some more. I like UNH a lot. Thoughts on using VWAP? There's so many indicators that you can use. By all means, use what works for you. I like what I do in terms of moving averages. What are you seeing from NQ right now? Do we tap 16,000 before big tech earnings? Oh, that's the million-dollar question. 16,000 is a little high up. I mean, that'd be nice, but all we are doing here is really just testing the 200-day, and S&P is just testing the 100-day or bounced off it. So again, 15,000, I'm assuming that we do tap it. Again, the faster we get a correction, the better, I say. But 15,707 is your next resistance point on the daily. Let's see if we can get there. Again, we've come down a little bit, but not everything is dire either. Let's see another question here. What are your thoughts on JPM? I do own JPM. I think they're a great company. 145 is my next level of support, which I'll be buying more. I think JPM is a solid company. Absolutely. Thoughts on ARKK, still a buy? I think ARKK is great. Again, but I'm just waiting for a little more of a dip until we hit that real sense of capitulation where it's real depression mode, where everyone is really complaining and really whining. Twitter is a really great way to see how the market is reacting to the stock market, to the traders are reacting to the stock market. I always say, don't follow what people say, follow what they do. I put a little couple of things on there saying that, why would Microsoft buy Activision now? If the economy is so messed up and the market's going to tank, why wouldn't they just wait? Why wouldn't they just wait for Activision to be cheaper, right? Makes sense. And let me get this straight. So we have, I get this all the time about cash. Cash is trash. Dollar is going to devalue this and this and that, right? So let's go ahead and sell assets because of inflation to get more dollars that are worth less. That makes zero sense. In my opinion, what I think is that there's a fear issue coming around, just like every time with fear. Pick your thing. I posted on Instagram, the wheel of fear, I call it. Pick your excuse. I think what the market's trying to do is really go after retail and have them just stay away from the stock market. Just like they stayed away from the stock market in the 2000s when everyone got destroyed, and for the dot-com bubble, and in 2008 when all the real estate people tried to buy homes and they got nuked. Guess what happened? They didn't want to be in real estate anymore. Now real estate is a scam. Now stock market is a scam. Now we have too many Reddit people, Wall Street bets, treating it like a casino. I think the market right now is really trying to shove it in people's faces that this is a big boy game and you can't handle it. And I really believe that's what it is. It's kind of the deal of just let's spread fear and just get everyone to sell their stock. And guess who's going to pick up those growth names on the cheap? It's going to be the Wall Street firms. Just like always. Just like the Wall Street firms did in 2000. It's unfortunate. Where does IWM go from here? The question is IWM, where has it gone from here? Yeah, it broke support, kind of. You can see they're around 204 at 84. It's been stuck in a range now for over a year, for nearly a year. So where does it go from here? Your guess is as good as mine. So not much to do here. I wouldn't be touching IWM on a daily. Is Goldman Sachs a buy? Goldman Sachs to me is a buy. I bought it yesterday on the dip. So yes, I think Goldman Sachs is great. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll catch you guys later for the aftermarket recap. Have a great rest of your morning, and we'll see you soon. G.A.R Capital, FX.com's website. Make sure to follow us on Twitter for all updates in terms of live blogging of the market and UNH CFO repurchase of stock. 5 billion to 6 billion of stock expected to be bought in 2022. I love that as a shareholder. We'll leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your day.